Friday, Friday, Friday. I hope you're here, ready to chat, hang out. Let me know what's on your mind on this Friday. If you're not watching live, why aren't you watching live? Head over to twitch.tv/Major Spoilers. You can check out the live show Fridays, 4 o'clock. If you're watching on YouTube, come on, guys. Also, hello to the people in the Discord hanging out. I see Big Jim hanging out today. Hi, Jim. Finally, Friday is being brought to you this week by Major Spoilers VIP and Patreon members from around the world. You can show your support and help us out and keep this thing going that we call Major Spoilers by pointing your browser to patreon.com/Major Spoilers. And here we are. It's Friday. Oh my goodness. Look at all the people that are there in the chat already. I was taking a little snooze a little bit ago. Got to get energized for the weekend. I don't know. A lot of things happening this weekend. And sometimes you just need to figure out how you're going to get the energy when it's going to be over like 100 degrees. It's like 100 right now. It's supposed to be 102 tomorrow, 103 on Sunday. In just my little neck of the woods. I don't know what it's going to be like where you are at. But that's like, I don't want to be outside. And unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know. It depends on your viewpoint. I've got one son who is out at soccer camp. And hopefully he's staying hydrated during this whole thing. Then I've got another one who went to the pool today, although there was some question on to whether his school-age program wanted to go to the pool when it's going to be so hot. You dropped him off and there's like, dear parents, with the weather today, we are concerned about walking your kids down to the swimming pool, which is like less than 4 blocks. If you would prefer, we don't take your kid to the swimming pool. What better day to take the kids to the swimming pool? The swimming pool has been closed this summer more than it has been open because the weather has just been too cool. And then on a day when it's too hot, it's like, we think it may be too hot to take your kids to the pool. No, today's the perfect day to take your kids to the pool. And then tomorrow, tomorrow he's got another swimming pool party. And then on Sunday, he'll be outside for another birthday party. For one of his best friends who's doing putt-putt golf. So, they're going to be burning up. Must be within 5 degrees or it's too hot or too cold. Yeah. It's going to be, I think, cooler next week. And that may be a good thing for a lot of people, too. But I just found it, I don't know. And then we've got some relatives driving through town on their way to Colorado. That's going to cause a lot of stuff, and then of Major Spoilers and everything that we have going on. There's so much busyness that I think sometimes you and me need to take time off. And I know some people are like, and I'm not a person who likes to take time off because there's always something to get done, something to be done. But when you look at some of the reasons why you need to take time off, it makes a lot of sense. First of all, it helps taking a vacation. And this could be a weekend vacation getaway. This could be a week-long event. This could be, a day off. My wife has the day off today. There's been some research and some study on some things that benefit from taking that vacation. The first one, reducing stress. Yeah, you don't have to think about your deadlines or the stuff that is not getting done, or phone calls that haven't been returned, or emails that are piling up. That to-do list that continues to extend beyond your arm. All that stuff builds up and it gets pretty stressful. And so when you can just have an afternoon or a day or multiple days or a week to just blow things off, that can reduce a lot of stress. And certainly the thing that I've been doing on the weekends, where I've been playing the Red Dead Redemption and the Assassin's Creed Odyssey right here on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Major Spoilers. That to me is kind of relaxing. I don't know, for those of you who have been watching it, if you are getting a kick out of that, but that does relieve a lot of my stress. The second reason why you need to take time off is it's really good for your health. According to a study at the State University of New York at Oswego, a survey of 12,000 men, it was discovered that men who go on vacation reduce their overall risk of soon death. What? Their overall risk of soon death? I have no idea what a soon death is. By 20%. And the New York Times says if you increase your rate of dying soon by 21% when you do not take any kind of annual vacation. You increase the rate of dying soon. What does soon mean? They don't say in this article what soon is. Is that like next week if I don't take time off? Is this next month? Am I taking that average of 72 years for men and am I knocking 20% off of that, which would be 14 years? So that'd be like 65? Oswego. So here in Kansas, we have a area that's kind of spelled like that. Oswego. That's not how we pronounce it, though. Oswego, says somebody there in the chat. That purple color for the name just doesn't pop for my eyes against that gray background. Interestingly, another reason to take a vacation, it's to improve your productivity. No, that's okay, Big Jim. That's not your fault. Don't worry about it. This is something that I have seen myself. When I'm away from something for long enough, a week, a month, multiple years, when I do take a vacation, I come back and I'm energized. I'm ready to get back to those tasks at hand. I'm ready to sit down and record that new Lego video, or I'm ready to sit down and edit these mysterious podcasts that have been piling up. Reading those comic books. I suddenly come back and I feel more productive than ever. And I don't know if you guys feel that way. I've run into some people who end up taking multiple weeks off. This doesn't happen with everybody, but I've noticed that I've run into people that take multiple weeks off and they come back to their job, to their task, to their whatever it may be, because not everybody has work, but they come back to that project and they're just like, yeah, I really don't care about this anymore. And you can really see that their productivity level drops off because they're too preoccupied with all of the time that they've been away, and they want more of that doing nothing kind of stuff. So for some people, you might come back, and I don't want to use the word lazy as a pejorative, right? As a diss. Some people come back less productive from vacation than others. I come back and I'm super energized and ready to dive back into work and ready to get going. Number 4 kind of ties back into that. You become more creative afterwards. I think in that idea that you're and again, this happens to me, and I see this when I go and do my daily walks. I try to walk between 4 and 5 miles a day. I usually take 1 or 2 days off during the week. But I know I have a lot of time listening to an audiobook or to think about things that are going on, and I start to get more creative when I just have those moments of no productivity, moments where I can let my mind wander, let my mind do a lot of things. That's why I like to drive from one end of the state to another, or drive to Denver when we have a little trip planned or an event going on. Because while I'm driving, my mind just starts going into hyper mode of, oh, have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? Let's do this creative thing. Let's do that creative thing. And everything gets plotted out in my mind. Obviously, probably one of the big reasons why you need to take a vacation is because you become happier. A study shows that taking time off actually improves your happiness. People who took a vacation were happier than those who did not. This was a survey in, what is this, Amsterdam? Even after returning from vacation, the elation was sustained. Oh, that after vacation glow that happens. I just got something screwed up here. Taking time off is very important. It would be better for me if the kids didn't come. Sometimes, you know, you offer yourself some family or self-time, and there's nothing wrong with taking self-time. You know, I didn't know my wife had the day off today. I've got one kid in camp, one kid at a school-age program, and I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, I'm going to have the house completely to myself today. This is going to be super relaxing. I'm kind of looking forward to this. I think I might be able to get a lot done. And sure enough, I got a lot done between the morning and like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I kind of just slowed down just a little bit because I was like, well, I got everything done. I can just kind of kick back and think about what we're going to talk about here on Finally Friday. So giving yourself family time, spending time with your family, giving yourself self-time, alone time, do whatever you're going to do with your self-time. I think that is perfectly okay and a big benefit of vacations. Now, I'm not a big fan of like a husband going and taking a vacation by himself and the wife goes and does another vacation by herself somewhere else. I'm not a big fan of that, but I understand if that works for some people. That's what you want to do. Even going to Front Porchville is nice. I spent a time last year getting my back deck cleaned up really nice, getting all the furniture, arranged and everything. I went and hung up these nice lights. We went and got, what is it? Not citronella, but I think it's mint and something else that we put all on the back porch to keep the wasps away, the mosquitoes away. And I got to spend a lot of time out on that back porch, just sipping a drink in the evening when it's cool, just thinking, listening to audiobooks, reading comics, doing whatever that I was doing. I haven't had a chance to do that yet this year. And it's already for the summertime. I mean, from spring until summer, from April until now, I've yet to sit on that back porch once this summer. I think I'm going to have to try and fix that. Obviously, going on to vacation opens yourself up to new perspectives, some new ways of looking at things. Getting out and experiencing the world beyond your front porch can often be a really good thing where, hey, I want to go and visit this other city, especially if you go and visit another state. How are things done here? How do people view other regions, other states? I mean, I don't want to get into politics, but, how do people view the politics of another region? How is art looked at differently than your area? What is commerce looking at from your area? Certainly, when I lived in California, going up to Long Beach and seeing how that was much, much different from Dana Point or even Newport Beach, is so different perspectives that you get from that. And even just getting out and looking at the world differently. You get stuck in your neighborhood or your town or your region for too long, and you just get into this mindset of this is how it's got to be done, day in, day out, blah, blah, blah. But the minute you go out of town and you're looking at the world differently, maybe you come back even with different perspectives. Hey, I'm watching this on my laptop on the Twitch site, and it looks really great and polished. Good job. Hey, thank you. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Make sure you follow on our Twitch channel. Pretty happy with this. The lighting's a little bit off today. That's because of the stupid camera. On the Mac, it just doesn't look as good as it does when I'm on the PC. But I like this idea of looking at the world differently, and a vacation affords you that. I also like the idea that it's healthy for you, both mentally, physically. It can lower your blood pressure, makes your heart healthier. It can promote weight loss because you're not stressed and you're not stress eating, although I've noticed that in times where we've gone out of town for soccer tournaments that I tend to eat a bunch of junk food. So I think that these reasons for taking a vacation are really, really important. And that's why, starting next week, actually starting Sunday afternoon, I'm going on vacation. It's not really a super vacation. I've kind of talked about this if you've watched this on or listened to some of our other podcasts already. My son is doing a soccer thing out of town, and I'm the only one that can go. And so I need to take him to that to further his potential for a career in the future. And a lot of the time I'm going to just be doing some major spoiler stuff, some creative writing stuff, some reading stuffs. And probably just hanging out in the hotel room, getting a recharge going on. But if anybody has experienced hotel Wi-Fi, it's not really good. And so there's no way that we can record new shows, and there's definitely no way that I can release new shows easily and at the quality that you expect when I am in the hotel. So, and I feel kind of bad because my wife has to still work. She couldn't get the time off. My youngest can't go because he's got karate and other things. So it's one of those vacations where it's kind of a split thing, and it's not really, I don't know, I wouldn't really call it a vacation, but a lot of my responsibilities get shifted starting next week to where I'm spending more time with the boy, the oldest one, and, you know, making sure that he's being shipped back and forth where he needs to go, but also making sure that Major Spoilers still continues to run for a little bit. But I think we're going to go try and do some fun things. I mean, we've got the 4th of July. That's a big holiday here in the United States, Independence Day. So hopefully you are doing something on that day. Hopefully your job is giving you Thursday and Friday off to where you could have a 4-day weekend instead of a 1-day and then a 2-day regular weekend. So we're going to go and try to do some 4th of July things. We're going to go see a Sporting KC game. I purchased, I think, some really nice seats. I hope he likes them. Generally, last couple of games we've gone to general admission side, which is down behind the net. And if you get there soon enough, you can get like front row seats down behind the net. But this time I think we're going to sit in a nice section. I sprung to get some nicer seats, about 11 rows back. So hopefully those will be nice. And then I'm going to do some writing. Some people have been asking about my writing. I'm going to be doing some of that. I'm going to be recharging, reading books, reading comics, doing some exercise. I'm going to make use of that gym that they have at the hotel. I hope our hotel has a gym. And, just going to do some things. And so, yeah, so next week, we won't have a Finally Friday because I'm going to be on a partial vacation. And I think that's good for everybody at Major Spoilers to take some time. Now, we'll still have reviews and we'll still have the site being updated, but no podcast, no live streams next week. Question is, isn't the Major Spoilers anniversary this time of year? Yes, actually. July 3rd is when Major Spoilers will be turning 13 years old. And it's always weird because right around this time, it seems like we're always getting screwed over from doing some major celebration at Major Spoilers. Past years, we've been using the 4th of July holiday to drive to the Snowbird Resort in Utah to participate in the Nerdtacular. We did that for, 4 or 5 years. So we weren't able to celebrate there. There have been other times where we are on vacation or just out of town for a day and we can't do anything like that. Or we wind up something like this and I'm out of town during that celebration week. So while we should be kicking it into high gear, I think a birthday week like this, and I know some people take, an entire week off for their birthdays. Some people take an entire month off for their birthdays and they make it all about them. I'm not a big believer in taking off for my birthday or anybody's birthday, really. But it just seems that we run into something else going on that interferes and kind of forces us into some downtime every time we hit our birthday, the Major Spoilers birthday. But I'm very pleased that, looking back, that Major Spoilers has been around for 13 years. I never thought that it would last this long. I thought maybe it would go, a couple of years and then something else would catch my interest. But, we've got a lot of really good people at Major Spoilers. We've got some great writers. We've got some great people who are involved in our podcasts. And of course, we've got you, our fantastic listeners, subscribers, readers, wherever you may be, whatever you may be. You guys have been fantastic as well. And I knew when I started Major Spoilers that one thing that I said, I think we can do some things better than other sites. And if we can do that, we can last. And sure enough, we are that little engine that could. We are the slow and steady wins the race kind of thing. I talked about this briefly on, I can't remember if it's the Major Spoilers podcast or the pre-show this week. But we're just chugging along. And while other sites have risen and fell and have gained lots of notoriety and also tumbled down to the ground, we're still here and we're still doing it. And we're still working with publishers and publishers still recognize our worth. And we want to continue to keep that going. So let's see. Is that 13 from version 1? I don't know what you mean by 13 from version 1 means. So Major Spoilers started on July 3rd, 2006 and is, here today. So that is 13 years of stuff. Podcasts, the Critical Hit is 10 years old. The Major Spoilers podcast has got to be like 11 years old, I think. So, yeah, I'm very happy that we've been able to go this long, that it has afforded people opportunities that they would not have had before, that we've able to meet so many of you and connect with so many people around the world. Very, very happy about that. I wish I could do this all the time, every day, all day, and have more people here doing things like streams and more podcasts. I think we could get that way if we can hit those goals and grow. And that's one thing that we probably haven't done as much as I had hoped, and that is on the funding side, where we've certainly got a lot of you who are patrons, and certainly if you're a patron, thank you very much for that. But I was hoping that we would be, 6 or 7 times where we are now. And if we got to those points, then yeah, we'd be hiring more people full time, and we'd be able to devote more time to doing more shows and more podcasts and more things for you, to where we would never have downtime. Even when we go on vacation, there would be somebody around pushing buttons and flipping switches and making this infernal machine continue to roll across the internet. But we're not there yet. But we continue to grow, and I'm always amazed at the number of people that support us. And if you are interested in supporting us, then by all means, head over to patreon.com/majorspoilers and check out and see what we have. You don't have to sign up if you don't want to, but you can see what the goals are that we're trying to reach, some of the things that you get when you become a patron, access to a bunch of other stuff that no one has access to. You get to help shape future programming, and you get to know what's coming up in future shows and future things that we do right here at majorspoilers.com. So I think I just wanted to kind of talk about vacations and tell you and tell you why taking a vacation is important, and to let you know we're not going to be here next Friday. I should be back. The schedule for the next couple of days is I might live stream tonight to do some Red Dead Redemption 2. I'll live stream tomorrow afternoon. And then there'll be a Wayne's Comics podcast, I believe, on Sunday. A really quick Munchkin Minute, I believe. I think there's a Munchkin Minute going up on Monday. I hope. That's kind of the way I've planned things. And then maybe, I don't know what else coming up, but then I'll be back next Saturday for some more game streaming. So there you go. Thank you, everybody, for 13 years of fun. Any idea what time tonight for the game stream? It'll probably be, I don't know, it'll probably be closer to 8 o'clock p.m. Central Time. So adjust for your time zone. If I can get on earlier, I will. It's just me, my wife, and the youngest, so he should be home any minute. So be prepared for the screaming. And as soon as we're done with dinner and have some family time, then I'll jump on and get everything going there. So a little bit of that going on tonight, but may not be too late. So depending on where you're at, you can, Kevin, you can jump in on that. I think I'm going to try to find that vampire if I can. Depends on where we are with our missions. I think I want to go explore some of this world. I know the last couple of episodes we've just been jumping from one mission to the next and getting caught up with the southern families and their dealios. I think I want to go and explore a little bit of the Saint Denis or whatever the city is, and see what's there. Because why not? And then there's that vampire that we've talked about before, the weird western part of Red Dead Redemption. So that is where we are at, and like I said, I think we will wrap it up there for this week. Thank you again so much for being part of the Major Spoilers experience. Thank you for being awesome. And we will be back in 2 weeks for more Finally Friday. I hope you have a chance to do some vacation time. I hope you have a chance to, if you are in the United States, enjoy the Independence Day holiday, if that is something that you celebrate. I hope that you are able to kick back sometime in the next 2 weeks, even if it's for a day, and just relax. Do some of that front porch vacation, as someone mentioned there in the chat. And we'll be back and talking with you again real soon when it's finally Friday. Take care, everybody.